Okay, so we've come to Yeadon Tarn, and on race day there'll be a checkpoint in this car park, hopefully just as you come in, but we'll see, depending on where is available to park. And as we go across the car park after the checkpoint, we go out onto Cemetery Road and we turn left. On Cemetery Road, when we get to the bus stop and the first right turn, cross the road onto Hawthorne Drive and carry straight along Hawthorne Drive to the end of the road where Yeadon Banks is. At the end of the Hawthorne Drive, we get to Yeadon Banks, and we cross over, and this is where the on Yeadon Banks is where we're going to split the courses. So the half marathon goes up there, the 20 and the ultras go round this way. Follow this footpath, and we're going down into the far corner of Yeadon Banks. And as we approach the wall, go round to the left to leave Yeadon Banks, and join a ginnel which takes us down to Millbank. At the end of the ginnel, turn right, which leads us out onto Millbank, and carry on. Go to the end of Millbank where it becomes Otley Lane, and there's some older persons bungalows. You can follow the footpath on the right down towards the bungalows and run past them and out the other end. At the other end, on Old Howarth Lane, we turn right, going down the hill, ignoring the turn to the right, and keep going round to the left to the main road. Down at the main road, go round on the footpath to the right, and cross the pedestrian crossing just before Aldi. Make sure there's nothing coming, I can quickly nip across and take the left turn just before Aldi, up to the old dog mill on the right. At the head of that little bit of footpath, we turn right and enter the engine fields, keeping the old dog mill on your right. There's a kissing gate ahead, but you don't need to use it, just hop over the wall to the left. There we go, and then follow this footpath down, going past the old mill pond. So after the mill pond, bin on right, footpath on left, keep going along, ignore the next right, which is a small footpath, come out into the clearing, carry on the footpath round. Then when we get to the bench on the left and the footpath continues on, we're turning right across this lovely little packhorse bridge over a little beck, and at the top we turn left. Stay on this path to the end. As we approach the end, just veer around to the right and join the old railway line, which is a paved bit, and we stay on this for about a mile or so. So we're nearing the end of the railway line. We're just going to cross a little road here to begin with. Leads down to a few businesses and to Yeadon tip. Carry on for a little bit longer up here, and we're just about to cross another little road, more of an unmade road down to a couple of businesses, and we're about to cross over the new railway. So there's the new railway. And top of a very short rise, there's a public footpath going off to the left, and that's what we take and stay on this footpath until we hit the woods beyond. So at the end of the footpath we come to Coach Road, which is more of a stony track now, and we turn left and go down underneath the railway bridge and take the very first right after that. So just after the railway bridge we're now into Esholt Woods, and we turn right on the footpath by the stream, and as we go along here you'll see an outlet to your right, just there, not much coming out of it at the moment, and we carry on and go over the footbridge, over the stream, and continue uphill. For those that remember it, we're actually on the Welcome Way, which is our March event next year and will be our 100th event, so make sure you're there for the big celebrations. So at the top of the hill the Welcome Way turns left and goes that way, but we go right by that big holly tree, and follow this through to the end of this path by the fence. Okay, so when I said fence I meant wall. Well, there is a fence and a wall, yeah, they're both there. So we turn left, carry on a slightly wider track. When you get to here, the path goes round to the left, that wider track, but carry straight on alongside the wall and fence, keep coming down here, and it bends round. Whee! Comes down here and just comes away slightly from the wall, but you can see where the path goes into the woods. And in a moment we'll come to a broken old wall. Watch out for tree roots here. And there was once a wall across here just ahead. Here we go. We're gradually descending down, and there's a big footpath below in a moment. Here's the wall. Cross that, turn left and drop down to the main path there. And turn right. So as we're going along that path, it starts to drop. There's a lot of leaves at the moment. It starts to drop quite quickly now, and we're looking for a left turn. Might not be immediately obvious where it is, but there's like a impromptu skate park here, and you basically need to be the other side of it at any moment now, just to drop down, and looking at the GPX it doesn't really say where, so I'm just going to cut across and drop down, and at the bottom here there should be a gate and an exit onto the road below. So let's see where we are. Oh, I did come down just a little bit too late. I did wonder if I had. It's just there. As you can see, there's a couple of vans with dog walkers down there. We go out and turn right onto that road. It doesn't really matter how you come down this bit, you're just looking for that gap there. And then we're going to go right. And that, by the way, was Esholt Woods that we've just run through. Also on the Welcome Way, and also on the Rumbled Stride for locals that know that event. So we're coming along here, and shortly we'll be turning off left. And for those of you that have ever, I think you might have heard of Esholt or know of Esholt, you'll know that the pub just over there, which we're just sort of going past in a moment, is the location for many years of the screening of Emmerdale, the Woolpack. So there you go, if you're into your soap history, we're about to pass that. So shortly before the end of this road there's a litter bin and a footpath off to the left. There you go, on the Welcome Way, rejoining it again, and down this Ginnell and into the little hamlet of Esholt. And as I look across there, I can see that in the back of Woolpack car park they've got a fast food van called Wall Snack. There you go. There's a little post office here as well. Just come round, and at the bottom we turn right. So there we go, the famous Woolpack. So we turn right and go along Main Street, which immediately becomes Chapel Lane, and we continue on down here. So it's just after the bus stop on the right. There's a road going up here with a litter bin at the start called Cunliffe Lane, and if we follow this road up, after a short while it will become an enclosed footpath leading us up to the main road. So we're on this for probably about half a mile or so. Enjoy the climb, but it's a lovely little track that it becomes. So just come up there, which is one of my favourite parts of all of our courses in a way. I just love going along avenues of trees with a lovely wide path in them. Great running up there. Anyway, we're just coming up to the main road from Guiseley to Shipley, and just be careful crossing this because this can be a very busy road. And then we're heading on to Hollins Hall Golf Course. So this road at this bit is called Hollins Hill, and I'm lucky, clear road. Wow. Right, so carry on up this public footpath. Obvious, don't carry straight on up to that house, just go round to the left. That's where the footpath continues, and just after the houses the footpath is just here, and again, Welcome Way straight up here, and we're going up to the golf course. So as you get up to the golf course, turn right up this path with the wall to your right and Hollins Hall over the back and beyond, and the footpath carries on hugging this right wall. It's also well signposted, but we're going round the edge and up to that corner there. Keep off the green and the fairways, you're at the side of the course. Now I've just remembered, as you get up here, the actual footpath goes slightly into the woods and away from that bit of the course. As you come up here, you can see the footpath signs up there, just to protect you from the golfers' balls. You don't want to get hit by a golf ball. And so this path then bends round to the left. So we're now at that post, and it follows round to the right. This time it doesn't duck into the trees, so you just have to keep on this side and go up to that black and white post. Carrying on, and we can see the footpath post coming up here, going back into the woods slightly and through a gap in the wall in a moment. There we go. And then we're heading around the side of the golf course again, just on the edge of it. Yeadon Moor's over there, and we go through here and turn right onto this footpath to the end of this footpath, which isn't far. As we come to the end of the footpath, over a little wall, and turn left and go to the end of this footpath, and we're going right at the end of this one. And as we get to the end of that footpath, it becomes like a wider track. There's left to the rest of Hollins Hill Golf Course, or if you turn right, there's two golf courses next door to each other, and so very shortly we come on to the Bradford Golf Club, and we stay on this path right out until we get to Hawksworth Road. So as we come to the end of the golf course, come out to Hawksworth Road, busier than normal, turn right across the road, and we're going to take the first left. Which is Thorpe Lane. Used to have a checkpoint along there for those that can remember it, but we've moved that so it's all in Derry Hill now. The end of Derry Hill at the pub. So just at the top of the rise, at the end of the first field, we're going to cross over, take a left, and go along this public footpath here, not the one to the right, the one to the left, and stay close to the wall on the left and follow this footpath over a few fields until it gets to the end of that footpath, and I'll see you there. Okay, so we're getting towards the end of those fields, and as we do, we're approaching a quarry. Don't carry straight on over into that, it's a big drop. So there's a footpath off to the left which goes into Hawksworth Village, and we're taking the right path, comes round, and so we're following with the quarry on our left hand side, and a lovely view of the back end of the Chevin, or the top end of the Chevin from here, and also Otley there, and over into North Yorkshire beyond Stainburn Forest and Norwood, and that's the sort of area where the 35 milers will be exploring later on today. But for us, for now, we're just dropping down to a stile, and then we're going through a very short section of woods where there's only one path through, can be a little bit tricky, and then we drop down the other side down a steep bank. So just look for it here, you'll see it coming up. Just off to the left, right, bang in the corner. There we go. It's seen better days, this. Right, down through the woods. Just coming out of the woods, there's some quite nasty looking gorse bushes here, but as you look down you can see the path leading down to that gate down there, and where that yellow truck is, you're going to the tree just to the left, over to the gate, and then following the footpath that you can see winding its way along all the way to the horizon. Be very careful coming down here. You could do with some good grips or even poles for this very short section. It's a bit slippy. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much before the race. So as we come to the end of that farm track, farm building on the right, gate ahead, just go through here, and then we follow on down the road, and we're looking for a footpath off to the left diagonally across a field. I'll show you when we get there. Okay, sadly the footpath sign has gone. It was here last time I came down here, but it was very overgrown, but the path is fairly clear just off to the left. Just watch out for it as you come away from that farm. Over the stile, no more footpath sign, and then we're taking the path diagonally across the field. I've just topped this little rise, and you can see where we're going, and we're going out the field over the other side, and that next field you can see there, we're going over that one. So as we get to the edge of that field, the stile here, out onto a busy narrow little road, and you just have to be careful on this one because there's a little footpath, not much of one, but we're not staying on this long because you can see the footpath over the other side there. So just get to this bit here and just cross. Wait for this car to come past, and we're going across this field now. And as we come over that hill, there's a little gap in the wall here. With a little gate the other side. Just go through here, and there's a little rut down the side here which leads us to another gate. Interesting story about this field. About 3 times when I've been along it, all the sheep in the field are coming running towards me. I think they must think that I've got food for them. Normally they run away from me, but there we go. Right, through this gate here, and just one-handed. There we go. The track follows across there, and it comes out to Derry Hill, and you turn right and stay on Derry Hill all the way down to the end of the road to the T-junction, and the checkpoint is in the pub on the right. Here we go, here's the gate. Through the little gap, turn right and go down the hill all the way to the end, and I'll see you at the end. Right, so as we approach the end of Derry Hill, coming down to Main Street, everybody has to turn right. Don't go straight on or left, you've got to go right, because just down here is the Malt Shovel, and our checkpoint will be out the front here. So that's where your checkpoint is. The ultra courses head off over that way along Main Street and out towards Bleach Mill, and we're carrying on straight across down Burley Lane on the 20.